Okay, so hello everyone. This is day 3, week 2 work assignment. So basically, you all will be allotted 3 questions today. So one of the questions you can see it in your screen, that is series RLC resonance circuit. So I'll give you all some time to quickly make this. So maybe around 5 seconds, maybe around 15 seconds. Till then, I'll describe this. So basically, this is a series resonant network which consists of R, L, and C. Make sure that you connect it this way, that is C first, L second, and R third. And the values are C is equal to 2 microfarad, L is equal to 20 millihenry, R is equal to 30 ohms. And you have to give a AC voltage of 9 volts. And we have to calculate the resonant frequency, the current at resonance, the voltage across the inductor and the capacitor at resonance. Then also we have to calculate the quality factor and the bandwidth of the circuit. So meanwhile, I will describe this circuit so that you get the time to make this circuit in LT-Spice. So this is a solved example which I've taken from internet. So they have evaluated all these things. That's why we require a calculator over here. We will use this formula. The resonant frequency formula is 1 upon 2 pi square root of LC. So quickly calculate this number. That is 1 upon 2 pi square root of LC, where L and C is given. So you'll get close to this number. Then we'll evaluate the current at resonance. Then the voltage across the inductor and the capacitor, the quality factor, and the bandwidth. So these are the things which we are going to evaluate just now in LT-Spice. So I hope any one of you can reply that whenever you all are ready. Have you all built a circuit in LT-Spice? Hello? Or you all want more time to build it? Please kindly let me know so that I can proceed accordingly. Uh, is this time enough for you all to build up the LT-Spice circuit? Or you all require some more time? Okay, I'll proceed accordingly. I'll wait for around 15 seconds more, then I'll again start. So till that time, you kindly make the circuitry. Okay, so first of all, you have to make the circuit, and you have to right click on the source, select on the amplitude as 9 volts and click on OK. Then go to simulate, click on the edit simulation command, and in that click on the AC analysis. The type of sweep will be decade, number of points per decade will be 100, start frequency you can give it as 100, and stop frequency you can give it as 100k. And after doing that, click on OK. So that entire line .ac, decade, 100, 100 and 100k will appear on the screen. So paste it on the screen. Have you all done this much so that I can proceed ahead? Okay, so next we are finding the resonant frequency. So I'll click on simulate, I'll click on run, and I need to plot this. I'll right click on it, I'll add trace, and I'll plot V of B, which is a voltage across the resistor, and I'll get one curve. Okay, so did you all get this kind of a graph, everyone? Hello, are you all getting this kind of a graph?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here on the right hand side you have angles. Basically this is called as a magnitude and phase plot, which is have a name of Bode plot, which is you will be getting it familiar in the higher semesters. But we are only interested in the magnitude plot, and we only want to calculate the resonant frequency. So what you do is right click on this degrees and click on don't paste plot. So that will disappear. Now I can maximize this, and here the circuit will be having a maximum peak at one point. So it will have a maximum amplitude only at the resonant frequency. So what I need to do is I'll right click on this so that cursor will come. I'll go to the maximum peak. So maximum peak over here, which I can see over here, I can adjust it accordingly, is around 795.23 hertz. So this is the number which I'm getting. Okay. So I hope that you all are also getting the similar number, 795.23 hertz. So this is the number which I'm getting over here. So I'll copy this number and I'll write it on the screen. So this is the number which I'm getting in simulation. So this is my resonant frequency. I will write resonant frequency is equal to F naught, we can call it. I can copy that number. I can place it on the screen now. So this is the resonant frequency which I'm getting. It's around 795.2 hertz. Now what you do is simultaneously, I suppose that you all have a calculator. FL, that is a resonant frequency, calculated by the theoretical formula. That is 1 upon square root of LC. So if you all do that, you will get a number. Let me also do it. So 1 divided by, you all also please verify, 2 pi square root of L is around 220 millihenry and capacitor is 2 microfarad. And click on, you can calculate this. So theoretically, I'm getting a value that is 795.77 hertz. Are you all getting a similar number? Anyone can reply. You calculate with calculator. And are you all getting around 795.77 hertz?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, so we can proceed ahead. Now, this is, we have calculated the resonant frequency. Now listen very, very carefully. You can drop down your work now. Next is we are calculating the circuit current at resonance and the voltage across the inductor and the capacitor. So you cannot do with this analysis. So we have to go for new analysis. So for that, right click on the source. And here you have to select the sign. So DC offset, you give it 0. The amplitude they are asking. So this amplitude will be, see this 9 which you have written, that was RMS value. And this amplitude, when you write over here, this is the peak value. So you have to multiply this 9 by root 2. So when you multiply this 9 by root 2, you get a number. You can cross check with the calculator. It is around 12.727. So you can get a number 12.727. And the frequency which you will add is the resonant frequency 795.77. So that's the information which you need to add over here. So please add it. I hope that this is added up. Okay, so can we go to the next part? Hello. Okay, I can move on to the next part.
Yes,
So what
sir, you can move.
Yes. So I think the next part will be this. So right click on this and click, just wait. So go to simulate again. Click on the edit simulation command. And here, instead of AC analysis, go on the transient analysis. And in the transient analysis, just cancel this transient analysis. You have to give the time as 20 milliseconds. Okay, and click on this start external DC voltage at 0 and click on this and click on OK. So the moment I keep this on, the dot AC has become cold and AC. So that means this is deactivated now. So now only the transient analysis will be active. So do you see this on the screen? Dot tran 20 milliseconds startup. So this is what you should see on the screen. I hope that you all can see this in the screen. So can we proceed next? I'll wait for 3 seconds and I'll proceed next.
So can you repeat that sign wala part?
Okay, so that right click on the source. So see, we have given 9 volts. So this 9 volts was RMS value. So right click on the source, select on the sign. Your DC offset gives 0. So this amplitude, this is the peak amplitude. So how you get peak from the RMS? Multiply the RMS by root 2. So that is the number which you get when you multiply 9 with root 2. So that is the 12.7 amplitude, and the frequency will be the resonant frequency. Remember, you have calculated using a calculator. So that is around 795.77. So click on OK. That sign will come. Is that okay now? Is that coming now?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir,
Yeah.
it's coming.
Yeah. Good. Okay. So next is we'll run this. Our dot plan is ready. And the first thing which we calculate is, so click on run. I think directly it is coming. Let me just show you. So I'll click on run. So my timing axis will come. As you can see, the x-axis is from 0 to 20 milliseconds. So now what I want is, now concentrate carefully. Now if I place an arrow over here, can you see this red color current that is coming? It is showing in this left to right direction, right? So if in your case, if it is showing the opposite direction, what you do is you rotate the capacitor 180 degree so that the current is coming in the right direction. Similarly here. So all the 3 current directions should be same. So if any component is not giving you proper, you need to take that component out like this. I'll just show it to you. So if any I think capacitor will not show properly. So you can take it out, click on it, Control R. So you rotate it by 180 degree. So let me just show you quickly over here what happens. So let's say in this case, the current direction is opposite, as you can see. Here the current direction is from left to right. Here the current direction is from left to right. And here the current direction is from right to left. So what you need to do is take this capacitor out, click on this capacitor and rotate. So now if you run again, the current direction will be similar in all the 3 components, that is L, R and C. So now see. So did you all observe it properly now? Hello? Is the current direction proper now? Did you all understand this point?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, now we are ready. Now please concentrate a little more. Now we are ready to simulate this. Now what we want is, what they're asking is the current. So current in a series network remains the same. So yeah, any part of it, you can click on it. So as you can see, slightly the resonant, it will come. So basically it is showing the current through the capacitor, but the current will remain the same in a series network. So you can maximize this. So why this is coming? Because this is a startup. See, in a resonant circuit, the circuit is building up the waveforms, right? So it will start up. So it will have some small amplitude and that will reach a steady state. I think you all might be knowing the terminology of steady state and transient. The steady state value and the tangent. So these are the steady state value whenever the amplitude has reached the constant value. So what you do is drag your waveform, left click and drag it, maximize it like this. So I'll left click and drag it. Okay. So this you can see the maximum you can see over here clearly. So right click on this IC, I of C1 and click on the pointer to maximum value. So as you can see in the lower screen, automatically the value of current will come. That is around 422 milliamperes. 422 milliamperes. Okay, so are you all getting the nearby value to this? Are you all able to get this value? Nearby about 422. It not be same for all. Nearby about 422. Okay, shall I proceed? Okay, so this 422 milliamperes. Let me just bring it that again. around 422.5. So how you got that value? How to check that this is the current at resonance? So as you can see in your left hand side of your screen, you have 300 milliamperes. So that 300 milliamperes is the RMS current. Now you have to multiply this with root 2. So when you multiply this with root 2, you get around 424 milliamperes. So if you have your calculator, you can multiply 300 by root 2, 300 milliamperes by root 2. You'll get around 424 milliamperes. So that's quite close. So that is how you measure the current over here. And also in the assignment, it is given that you have to plot this. So what you need to do for plotting, you print screen this. You give a print screen and you copy in the paint and copy the entire image along with the date and time. So entire print screen image you have to copy it. Similarly for resonance, whichever I showed you, every image of the a waveform image, you have to do it like this: print screen and copy in the paint, and then you can post it in your assignment. Is that clear? Is this point clear, everyone? Hello, is this point clear? And are you all getting these waveforms as you can see in the screen? Hello, am I audible?
Sir, can you repeat that measurement thing? Means how to
So
plot?
are you getting this plot properly?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what you do is you right click on this. Sorry, left
Okay.
click on this. Left click on this. You'll get a cursor.
Okay.
So cursor move it
Yes.
to the highest value, peak value. Automatically on the
Okay.
left hand side, you will get this number. Did you get that?
1 second. Sir. Yes, sir.
So that is your value. That is your peak value. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So basically this transient response will give you the peak value of current and voltages, whereas this AC analysis will give you the RMS value. Anyone having any doubt up till now, or shall I proceed ahead? Okay, I suppose I should move on to the next point. Okay, the next is they are saying that at resonance, y'all also might have studied the voltage across the inductor and the capacitance will be equal in magnitude, but they will differ in phase. So let me just show you and demonstrate over here. So again, go to run, go to simulate, run, and now we are plotting the voltage across the capacitor. So see carefully how I'm doing it. So the moment you click on this over here, don't click it, just place it your pointer over here. You'll see a red color, some marking over here. So it's like a volt, they're like a measuring thing. So click on it, hold it. Let me just show you another technique. Let me just not show you this. So you go to simulate. What you do is right click, add trace, and you plot V. Yeah, here I am plotted V of n minus this, or you can write V of n comma a and click on OK. So here I've labeled it as in and a. So you all also can label it similarly. So you plot like this. Is this point clear? So again I repeat over here once again. Run. So I'm measuring the voltage across the capacitor. So what I want is I want V of n minus V of a. You can write it like this also, V in of n minus V of a, and click on OK. So this will also give me the same waveform only, or I can write it this way also. Simulate, run, V of n comma a. That also means the same. Okay, so this is what is this waveform doing? This is the voltage across the capacitor. This is the voltage across the capacitor. Now next I have to add on the same waveform, again right click, add trace, V of A minus V of B. I can write V of A comma B. So this is the voltage across the inductor. So as you can see, they are almost equal in magnitude but opposite in phase. Are you all getting these waveforms? Hello, if you have any doubts, you all can let me know. Are you all getting these waveforms as this, as you can see in your screens, so that I can proceed for the calculations for this? So as you can see, the this is the voltage across the inductor and the capacitor. They have the same magnitude. Now let me show you the calculations now. Right click on anyone. Right click on anyone. That cursor move on to the highest point. So let me just move on to the highest point. So here I am getting around 42.25 volts. So this value is around 42 point, the peak value. So basically both the peaks will be same. So magnitude wise it will same. So I'm getting around 42.25 volts. And let me see here in the, they have calculated in the solved numerical as 30. So this 30 is a RMS number. You have to multiply it by √2 to convert into peak. So here I'm getting 42.42 with a calculator. So with a calculator, the voltage across the inductor and the capacitor is 42.42, and here in LT Spice I'm getting 42.25. Is this point clear, everyone? Are the measurements okay?
Yes,
Are the
sir.
okay, good. So I will quickly proceed now because I have to show you all other two sums also. So if you get this waveforms, I'll quickly show you here. So you need to plot like this, the voltage across the capacitor and the voltage across the inductor, and you have to take the print screen of this image. Now when you take the print screen, you see that you should show this calculations, that peak value should be visible so that it becomes easier for us to evaluate. Okay, so this way you can take the print screen now whenever you get the output. Okay, obviously the numbers will be different for everyone, so everyone will get a unique result. Okay, so this is about this numerical. So any doubt regarding this numerical before I proceed to another numerical? Anyone having any doubt in this? Anyways, I have recorded this video. You all can watch this again. So Sonia ma'am, can we proceed to the next circuit?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so next will be, let me open up. So you have assigned another two examples. One is RL series and one is RL RC series network. So let me just save this. Okay. So in the meanwhile, till the time I open up, quickly make this circuit into your screens fast. So open a new schematic and quickly make this. Till then I'll open up the numerical example. So this numerical will be, let me just, okay, so this is my second circuit for today's assignment. So the numbers will be different for everyone again. So this is, as you can see, this is the repeated sum from day 1, week 2 assignment. There you have to solve it by AC analysis. Here we have to solve it by the transient analysis. That is, we will be observing this sine waves and all that. Okay. So let me just show you over here. This is 60 hertz sinusoidal signal. That is 141 is the peak value. Here is the peak value. So here you have directly substituted. So again, I'll go to the sine. I'll write 0, 141, 60 hertz. So this is the sinusoidal signal which I've applied, and R is around 3 and L is around 0.0106 hertz. Henry. So here I have to calculate the peak value of the the voltage across the resistor, the peak value of the voltage across the inductor, then the current in this circuit. So those all things you have to calculate. I'll just show you example in short. So first let me build this up. So let me just simulate. I hope that this is ready for you all. So I'll go to simulate. I'll go to edit simulation command. Remember the time period over here, I will select it a little later. You have the hertz, the frequency is around 60 hertz. So what you give is, here you give it a stop time around 66 milliseconds. and the time to start saving data will be 15 milliseconds. So give this number. I'll explain you this number, why I've given this. So just give this number and click on OK. And also click on the start external DC supply voltage as 0. So just click on that and just click on OK. I think this is the numerical number 13.6. I have written that 3.6. Okay, so this is taken from ebook 2. This is solved numerical so that we can compare the results. Everyone ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll simulate this now. I'll click on run. And now I want current through the, now see again the same thing will happen. The left to right, the current direction from left to right, and here also left to right. See to it that they are same. If not, then rotate the capacitor, rotate the resistor. It will give you the correct direction. So kindly do that correctly. Okay, so now if you all are ready, I'll simulate. I'll click on run, and now I want a current. So I'll click on this current. So I got the current as well as I want the voltage also plot. So I'll click over here voltage. I can click on right click, add trace, and add the V in voltage over here like this. So all of you are getting this waveform. As you can see clearly, the current is the voltage is leading the current by some angle. So that means the current is lagging behind the voltage. So this is the source voltage and the source current. Again, I repeat, this is a series network, so the current will remain the same. So this is the plot. So if someone asks you in the question, plot the input source voltage versus the source current. So this is the plot you need to show. Are you all getting this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now listen very carefully. What are we trying to see? Why the transient analysis is so important? So everyone must have heard of CRO or oscilloscope, cathode ray oscilloscope. So when you see that waveforms over there, you see such sinusoidal waveforms. So the real analysis will be as per this waveform, the AC socket, the 230 volts. That is also sinusoidal waveform, but that is in RMS. But whenever you observe it in the CRO, that will come in the peak value. So these are the peak values, not in the RMS form. Okay, so let me just check with this number. So what we are doing the analysis is here the current over here which we get here is around 20. So this 20 is the RMS value, and also we need to confirm this angle. So from this waveform, so that is another learning over here. From the sinusoidal waveform, we have to check the phase difference between them. So that is what we are going to learn immediately now. This 20 is the RMS. So here, let me check the peak value here. I'll right click on this and I bring this cursor to the peak. So here I'm getting around 28.17 as you can see in the screen. So let me just multiply this 20 with √2. So y'all can also do that. You will getting, if you multiply 20 by √2, you get around 28.28, which is quite close. So this is the peak value. Okay. Are you getting this number? So this number is matching actually. This is 20 RMS, multiply that by √2. I'll get around by calculator 28.28, and by LT Spice I'm getting 28.17. And this way you need to take the print screen of this later on whenever it is asked. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next is the phase shift. So let me maximize this graph. So listen very carefully now. So for the phase shift measurement, right click on this V in, click on the first cursor and click on OK. And again the right click on this I of R1 and click on the second cursor and click on OK. So basically go to the first cursor and go to the peak value over here like this. And again similarly go to the second cursor and again go to the peak value of this nearby. So as you can see nearby these two values I'm comparing. So in this screen you get a time difference. So this time difference is coming out to be 2.47 milliseconds. So keep your calculators with you. So again I repeat, you have selected the right click on this and select the first cursor for V in. right click on, left click on this and select the second cursor for eye of R1, and you adjust this to the maximum like this, and this also again to the maximum. So year and year, this is my first and this is my second. So here you will get a time difference. So that time difference, here the time difference for current is 24 and here the time is around 22. So that subtraction will be here. So this number 2.432, are you all getting this number? Hello, are you all getting this number? So that's the subtraction of this two, the time difference between the two. Around 2.4 you should get. Is this point clear? Hello? Kindly, let me know so that I can proceed. Anyone can answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now put it in the calculator. Type this number in your calculator, 2.43 millisecond. Multiply this number. Wait a sec. Since period is around 60 hertz, so do 1 upon 60. Just check what you get. You get 16.67 milliseconds, right? So keep a note of this number. Then you take this, write this number into your calculator. 2.432 millisecond. Multiply it by 360 and divide the whole thing by 16.67 millisecond and click on OK. You will get one number. So that is the directly in degree. So I am getting around 52.52 degrees. Are you all getting something similar? 52 point something?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
very
sir.
good. Yeah, so that is actually the phase difference between the two. So basically your current will be lagging behind the voltage. That phase difference is this angle. Okay, so this 50, let me check over here. The year you are getting 53.1 and here according to our calculation we are getting 52.52. Again I repeat, so in this screen you are getting this time difference, that is 2.43 millisecond. Multiply that by 360, divide the whole thing by 16.67 milliseconds. So you'll get a number. I'm getting a number as 52.52. That is the degrees. So this is the phase difference, the phase angle between these two waveforms. So this is how you calculate the phase angle, the phase difference between the two sinusoidal signals. So as you can see clearly that the current is lagging behind the voltage by 52.52 degrees. I hope this point is clear. If you have any doubt, y'all can ask any doubt over now, right now.
No, sir.
Okay, fine, very good. So I'll quickly proceed to the next part. Now I'll show you only one remaining you can do. I'll show you the voltage across the inductor, and this number I'll verify quickly. So I'll simulate. I want the voltage across the inductor. So I'll click on right click on V of L. I've labeled it like this. So I'll get this waveform and I'll also plot V in. So this is my VL as well as V in. So phase difference I want to calculate. First, let me check the magnitude. So I'll right click on this and I'll move this pointer towards the peak value. So here the peak value I'm getting 112.66. So in theoretical I'm getting 80. So that is in RMS. Multiply that by √2. I'll get around 113.1 in calculator. And here I'm getting around 112.66. So that's quite close. Now let us quickly check the phase difference between the two. So I'll right click on this, click on first, and I'll right click on this and click on the second cursor. And again, I'll bring these two cursors to the maximum point. So here I brought it to the maximum. Second one also I'll brought to the maximum. So I'll immediately get a time difference. So this time difference I'll write as it is 1.7586. millisecond multiplied by 360 divided by 16.67 millisecond. So you'll get a number. I am getting a number of around 37.96, and here it is around 36.9 degrees. So as you can see clearly, the voltage across the inductor leads the source voltage by 37.96 degrees. So are you all getting this number nearby?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. I think you all are getting the hang of it. So this is the way you can calculate the the phase difference between the two sinusoidal signals. Similarly, if I want to calculate the phase difference, the V of R, let's say I don't want this, I want V of R. So how will be V of R? V of R will be across the voltage across this. Okay, so this is the voltage across the resistor. So you can quickly calculate the peak value and the phase difference similarly. So I hope this is clear now. So you'll get an assignment. Let me just show you quickly. I hope this will be clear. I'm not sure. It is still loading. So give it around 2-3 seconds. It will load. Okay. So here you will get this table in your worksheet. So you have to write all these things over here. And also you need to plot everything. All these things you have to plot. So all these plots, whatever I'm showing over here, you have to save it in your files and add the entire print screen. Okay, so this is the way you will get. So these are the questions you will get. Let me go back, and I hope the third numerical also will be similar. So for the third numerical, let me just open up and show you. I'm not showing the in detail now. I guess it is the same thing only. So for the remaining RC circuit, let me open up. So similarly, you have to do the tangent analysis for this RC circuit. So numerical will be assigned to you. You have to calculate the peak value of the voltage across the resistor and the capacitor and measure the phase difference between the various, it will be mentioned in the numerical clearly. You have to measure the phase difference between the supply voltage and the voltage across the resistor, then the supply voltage and the voltage across the capacitor, then the current versus the source voltage. So source voltage against the source current. So this numerical was enough to describe you all in that. So this, I think no need to, Sonia ma'am, no need to show this. It is similar only for series RC circuit. I guess if they don't have any doubts, if the interns don't have any doubts, I can conclude this session so that we can assign them the questions quickly. Any of y'all, anyone has any doubts regarding this? Any of the interns, or else we can terminate this session and we can quickly assign you the questions. Hello, any doubt, anyone?
Is it fine by everyone? Any doubt you want to ask?
No, ma'am.
Okay.